We're at Trader Joe's. My squad doesn't meet today, so I'm just coming by, but we're actually racing tomorrow. But we're gonna see if there's anything we can get here. Indy Bogey with. You better buy this, bro. Doing like 3 miles easy. We're with Davis right now. I haven't seen Davis in ages, so it's pretty hype.
I watched your nationals race in my English class on Thursday.
Bro. Yeah, Davis will be racing at Dublin too, around the 2 mile. We're trying to get
940.
940, that's crazy. We're trying to go low 430s if the heat's not too bad.
That's me talking.
But either way, we're just trying to win too, so. So far, I feel good today. And we just woke up and we have a meet today, but we also have school, which kind of sucks. But we get out of school early and then we get to race. Alright guys, this is the Dublin Distance Fiesta mile video, but there's a slight problem. As of this recording, I've actually already run the race, and the thing is, let me tell you, it was so hot on race day, so I was super dialed in on making sure I was fueling properly and I wasn't recording too much. I got all of the race footage, but everything leading up I don't have much of, so right now I'm just going to go over everything that we were doing going into this race and how the day went overall before I raced. So, you know, the best perk about this race was I got to get out of school early. We left at like 12, and like I mentioned already, this whole week was like overcome with a heat wave. It was 90s like every day, especially where I was racing. So overall my goals going into this race were to probably run anything in the 430s and win. It is a really big meet, one of the biggest distance only meets in the US. There's over like 4,000 athletes every year, so it would be big if I were able to win this race, especially for getting exposure and wanting to qualify for Brooks PR. So when we left, I brought with me 3 applesauce pouches. You guys know that's what I've been doing for a bit now. That is the strategy. Those are the go-to carbs. And I take sips of water like every 20 minutes. It was like a 2-hour drive. And I slept for a bit of it, but made sure to hydrate throughout the day with my electrolytes. That was extremely important for having a good race. When we got there pretty late. I only had like, 40 minutes till I raced, so I had to get in my warm-up really quick. And let's just say I did not get the best warm-up in. But against all odds, we have a really good race. And I think it's time for you to see that race.
Lucas McKenna, Josiah Alcantara, Eli Archer, Jack Ruther, Bruce Ferrandis, Leon Fletcher, Apollo Rivera, Ethan Hernandez, Sean Don, Sebastian Ortiz, Noah Hopkins, Vicente Enriquez, Nash Perry, Marquez Willie, Jacob Olsen, Wyatt Benson, Bahan Sharma, Stuart Hopkins, today Tom Bay, Clayton Madden, and Kate Yamashita. And this pack is all belongs together here as they come through the first 300. AJ Sutton, Scott Williams, up at the front. Currently running in the Dublin Distance Fiesta. Williams comes through that first lap. Very conservative compared to the other races we shot. 73 in the first lap, and that's why this entire pack is still alive through the first lap. So we'll see who decides to pick up the pace here. Scott Williams will see by his right on shirt. Russell outside of the lead. And this 1,500 championship for the USAPF National Junior Olympic Championship. But based on how he's running right now, he's definitely looking for not just sub 5 targets, but sub 50. Here they come around that turn. 2 down the lead contenders up at the front. And then Eli Hernandez.
And there you have it. 432.71. We closed in 61.9, and it was 90 degrees out on top of a bad warm-up. Why couldn't I do this at New Balance with a perfect warm-up? It may have been indoors, but still, I think the conditions were worse than indoor here. Genuinely. Like, I went into this not knowing what I was going to run. As like I said, my warm-up wasn't the best. I knew I had good competition, so I just locked onto them for the entire race, no matter what the pace was. And let's go over the splits. I think we went 70. Then we went, I think 72, so 222 at 800. 68 to 69, 330 to 331 at 1200. And then we just sent it on that last lap. I have no idea how we went 61.9. And that is my fastest closing lap by like 4 seconds. You guys know, like, I'd be celebrating over like a 65 or a 64 last lap. But a 61 to run a 5 second, no, like even more than a 5 second PR in heat. That's huge, especially since it's only March. So we have still 2 months left of the season. 432, that automatically gets me into Brooks' PR. That's definitely top 16 US. So we're kind of set for the rest of the season, and leading into nationals, we can just chill. But that's not like we're not locking in. We're still locking in, but we don't have to worry about qualifying for Brooks, because that was my biggest goal this entire year. But like, I still have trouble just processing. I went 222, and I closed in like a 210 or a super low 211, which is crazy because my first 800 last year was a 212. Like, that is the craziest negative split I'm probably going to have all season, because going into the rest of my races, knowing that I was able to go 432, like, off of that type of pacing, I can definitely run something like a 426 if I go out in like 212. No, 212 would be a bit crazy for Andrew, but if I go out in like 215, I could probably still negative split from there, especially if there's good conditions. So overall, that was an incredible race. Again, thanks for making it this far into the video. Do not forget to subscribe. Please subscribe to this video. It would be truly appreciated. And we are looking forward to the rest of the season. It is looking very bright.